Hello friends, this is Netrali Patil from Arihan College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Bavdhan, Pune, Department of Computer Science. In this session, we'll learn about Computer Science Paper 1, Chapter 1 Operating Systems. In this session, we'll learn about memory management, non-contiguous allocation, virtual memory, basics of GUI, access and security aspects of OS, computer worm, computer virus and infection methods. Let's see one by one. First one is memory management. Under this service, generally memory allocation, deallocation is done by operating system. Again, free memory is also checked. For above thing to be done, variety of memory management systems. First one is single contiguous memory management. In this single contiguous memory management, physical memory is divided into two contiguous areas. One of them is permanently allocated to the resident portion of the operating system, and the operating system may be loaded at the lower address to top, okay, or it can be loaded at the higher address. This choice is normally based on where interrupted service routines are located, as these addresses are determined at the time of hardware designing computers. Second one is partitions. Generally, main memory is divided into various sections called partitions. In these schemes, two types of partitions are available: fixed partitions and variable partitions. Next, in fixed partitions, in this scheme, partitions could be of different sizes. Once decided at the time of system generation, they could not be changed. And system generation is the process of tailoring the operating system. It consists of number of routines for supporting a variety of hardware items and devices. Next one is internal fragmentation. Means if a partition is of 100K and has to be allocated to a process of 80K, then 20K memory is wasted. This is called internal fragmentation. Next one is external fragmentation. If two free partitions of 30K and 50K are available and a process of 60K has to be accommodated, then both the partitions can't be allocated in this process, so there is a wastage of memory space. This is called external fragmentation, okay. And variable partitions means due to some drawbacks of static partitions like fragmentation and restrictions of number of resident process, variable partitions come into existence. In variable partitions, number of partitions and their sizes are variable, and at any time any partition of memory can be either free or allocated to some process, but in this scheme starting address of any partition is varying, okay. Next one is non-contiguous allocation. For this, there are various methods are used. First one is paging. Paging means in this paging, the chunks of memory are of same size. The logical or virtual address space of program is divided into equal size pages, and physical main memory is divided into equal size page frames. Then the size of page is the same as that of a page frame, so that a page can exactly fit into a page frame. Second one is segmentation. Segmentation is similar to paging. Pages are physical in nature and hence are of fixed size, but segments are logical division of a program of variable size, and each program in its exe form can be considered to be consisting of major segments, code, data and stack. Each of these can be divided into further segments. Generally, each program has a main function and few subprograms. A program can use various functions also. Okay. Next one is virtual memory. What is virtual memory? Virtual memory system can be implemented using paging, segmentation or combined schemes. The process can start executing with only part of the process image in the program. In real memory system, entire process image has to be in the memory. Actually, this scheme is simple as whole process has to be swapped in or out. If there is no page free in the physical memory for new pages, then operating system has to overwrite an existing page in physical memory. Which page should be overwritten is decided by page replacement policy. There are some terms related to virtual memory systems are as follows. First one is locality of reference means. This gives some basis to forecast whether a page is likely to be referenced in the near future based on its past behavior, and hence also whether you could throw that page out to make room for a new one. Second one is page fault means when a process is executing with only a few pages in memory and when an instruction is encountered which refers to any instruction or data in some other pages which is outside the memory, a page fault occurs. Next one is working set means at any time a process has no number of pages in the physical memory. The set of pages in the physical memory actively referred to at any moment is called a working set. Page replacement policy means as number of processes and number of pages in main memory for each process increases, at some point of time all the page frames becomes occupied. At this time, if a new page is to be brought in, the OS has to overwrite some existing page in the memory. Dirty page means what? Before overwriting a page in the memory, the operating system has to check if that page has been modified after it was loaded from the disk. If the page is modified, it becomes a dirty page. Okay. Next one is basics of GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. Windows operating systems is GUI based operating system. The screen can be split into different partitions. Each partition can be of different size. This partition is called window and hence called windowing technology. Some of the characteristics of a window are its title, borders, work area and command area. There are different components of a window. First one is scroll bar. A scroll bar consists of a horizontal or vertical scroll area with a slider box and an arrow in a box at each end. They are used to look at information which is not currently visible in a window. Second one is title bar. It helps to identify each window separately. It displays generally programs name in title bar. Every window is having minimize, maximize and restore button. Next one is minimize means this is used to minimize program window, but program is not closed. It goes to bottom line. Next one is maximize or restore means it is used for making window full screen. Then this button becomes restore button. When you click this button, window comes to previous size. Next one is dragging window. For changing the position of window on screen, dragging is used. For that, select a window by clicking it, press left mouse button, keeping in that way, move mouse pointer to new position on screen, then release mouse button. Now window appears at new position. And last one is resizing window means changing the size of window is called resizing. For resizing, Move the pointer onto the border of window. Now mouse pointer shape changes to double arrow. Press left mouse button and move the pointer to left or right and release button. Now the window size is changed. Okay. Next one is access and security aspects of operating system. In general, security system will control through use of specific security features access to information that only properly authorized individuals or process operating on their behalf will have access to read, write, create or delete. OSI defines elements of security in the following terms. Confidentiality means information is not accessed in an unauthorized manner. Second one is integrity, means information is not deleted in unauthorized manners. And third one is availability, information is available to authorized user at a right time. Okay. Next one is security. Security means ability of operating system to control storage and transportation of data in and between the objects. Operating system support is security. In multi-user environment, concepts of security are very important. Security threat means due to networking, the user has to access data and the programs at different locations. This has increased the threat to the security of computing, and the sharing increased security threats. There are major threats. First one is unauthorized use of service, then unauthorized disclosure of information, unauthorized alteration and deletion of information, unauthorized fabrication of information, and denial of service to authorized user. These are the major threats. Next is attacks on security. Security can be attacked in following ways. First one is authorization, means it means verification of access to the system resources. Second one is browsing. Files are very permissive, so one can easily browse system files. Due to that, it may access database and confidential information can be read. Trapdoor means sometimes software designers want to modify their programs after installation. For that, there are some secret entry points which programmers keep, and it does not require any permission. These are called trapdoors. Okay. Invalid parameter means due to invalid parameters, some security violation can take place. Next one is line tapping. Tapping in communication line can access or modify confidential data. Next, electronic data capture means using wire taps or mechanism to pick up screen radiation and recognize what is displayed on screen is termed as electronic data capture. Got it? Next is lost line. In networking, line may get lost. In such case, some OS log out and allow access only after correct identify of user. Some OS cannot do this, so process will be floating and allow intruder to access data. Next one is improper access control, means some administrator may not plan about all rights. So some users may have more access and some users have very less access. Wastage recovery means if block is deleted, its information will be as it is until it is allocated to other file. Intruder may use some mechanism to scan these blocks. And last one is rug software, means programmers are written to create mischief. Some of the programs under these are first, for example, Trojan horse, then time software bomb, logical software bomb, worms, virus. These are the example of rug softwares. Now next one is computer worm. What is computer worm? A computer worm is a full program by itself. It is written in such a way that it spreads to other computers over a network, and it also consumes all resources of the network. It was invented by research scientists at Xerox PARC Research Center. Internet worm was introduced on November 2, 1998 into Internet by Robert Morris. Now safeguard against worms. First one is prevents its creation, means this is achieved by strong security and protection policies. Second one is prevent its spreading. Before transferring any file on a network, user should force to sanction transfer. Now next one is computer virus. What is computer virus? It is written with a clear intention of infection other programs. It is a part of a program which normally piggybacks on a valid program, but it is not a complete program by itself. And there are different types of viruses: boot sector virus, memory resident virus, file virus, command processor virus, and general purpose virus. Now next one is infection methods. First one is append. In this method, viral code append itself to the unaffected program. In this method, viral code replaces original executable program completely or partially. Next one is insert. In this method, the viral code is inserted in the body of an executable code to carry out some funny actions. In delete, in this case, viral code deletes some codes from executable programs. And in redirect, in this case, the normal control flow of a program is changed to execute some other code. Okay. Now there are modes of operation. Virus works in number of ways. Generally, developer of virus produces any interesting or useful program such as game or utility, but his program has a viral code embedded in it. Virus detection means normally virus detection programs checks integrity of binary files. It maintains a checksum on each file. In virus removal, there are some viruses whose bit pattern in the code can be predicted. The virus removal program scans the disk for the pattern of known viruses, and on detection it removes them. And the last one is virus prevention means what? For prevention of virus, always buy legal copies of software. Again, take frequent backups of data and run monitor programs frequently to detect virus. These are the virus prevention things. Okay. Now, what is the difference between computer virus and computer worm? In computer virus, it is not a complete program by itself, but computer worm is a complete program. In computer virus, viruses cause direct harm to the system by corrupting code as well as data. But in computer worm, generally consumes system resources. Okay. And in computer virus, it operates independently. But computer worm cannot operate independently. These are the differences between computer virus and computer worm. Okay. Now, in this lesson, we learn about memory management, then non-contiguous allocation, virtual memory, then basics of GUI, access and security aspects of operating system, computer worm and computer virus. Okay. So dear friends, I hope you like this session. In the next session, we will go for further things. Thank you.